Imagine a battlefield, sun-scorched and vast. On one side, 40,000 Roman legionaries, the most disciplined army the world has ever known. An armored beast of shields and steel marching to conquer the east. Their commander, General Crassus, a man dripping with wealth and ambition, declares, "Rome has conquered the west. Now we take the east. The riches of Asia will kneel before the eagle." But on the other side, something different awaits. Not walls or fortresses, but 10,000 riders on swift desert stallions. The Parthian horsemen, cloaked in silk, armed with deadly composite bows. Their general, Serena, watches the Roman advance with a calm, almost predatory gaze. He tells his men, "Let them march. Let them form their turtle. We will break their shell." This isn't just a battle for land. It's a clash of civilizations, a moment that will change the course of history and give birth to a network that would connect the world. This is the story of the Silk Road, and it begins not with trade, but with blood. As the Romans advance, Crassus gives the order. Like a living machine, the legions form the testudo, the Tortoise formation. Shields lock at the front, while others are raised overhead, creating a nearly impenetrable shell of bronze and wood. From above, it's a giant armored reptile crawling slowly but unstoppably across the desert floor. A centurion barks, "Hold formation, shields tight, eyes forward." They believe themselves invincible, protected by the tactics that conquered a continent. They are about to learn a brutal lesson. The Parthians don't meet them head-on. Instead, they charge in swirling circles around the Roman formation. They are a whirlwind of motion, a storm of dust and horses. And then, the arrows begin to fly. The Parthians unleash their signature tactic, the Parthian shot. Twisting in their saddles, they fire backwards even as they gallop away, a technique that leaves their enemies bewildered and helpless. A rain of arrows, thick as locusts, descends upon the testudo. The Roman shields hold, but the formation is pinned. It's too slow, too cumbersome. It can defend, but it cannot attack. Panic begins to creep into the ranks. A soldier screams, "They're everywhere! We can't reach them!" The tortoise has become a cage. Just as the Romans struggle to comprehend this new form of warfare, Serena reveals his next surprise. From behind the Parthian lines, a new weapon emerges. Giant bolt throwers mounted on the backs of camels. These are not mere bows. They are battlefield artillery. They fire thick, heavy bolts with enough force to shatter the Romans' reinforced shields. Splinters fly. Gaps appear in the once perfect tortoise shell. Through those gaps, Parthian arrows find their mark. The screams of the wounded echo across the plain. A grim smile spreads across Serena's face. The turtle cracks, he observes. Trapped and bleeding, Crassus makes a fatal error. Frustration overtakes strategy. He orders a charge, breaking the defensive testudo formation. The Roman infantry, the famed legionaries, rush forward with swords drawn, desperate to engage the enemy in the close-quarters combat they excel at. But they are charging into a trap. The nimble Parthian horse archers simply retreat, luring the exposed Romans deeper into the desert. Then, the trap springs. As the Romans become disorganized and winded, the Parthians circle back. And now their heavy cavalry slams into the Roman flanks. These are the cataphracts, knights in full armor, riding armored horses. They are living, battering rams. The charge is devastating. Horses crush men, lances shatter bone, and the ever-present arrows continue to fall on the now unshielded soldiers. The disciplined legions dissolve into a panicked mob. The desert, once a path to glory, becomes a graveyard, drinking the blood of Rome's finest. The battle is over. Crassus, the man who craved the gold of the East, is captured. In a moment of grim, poetic justice, the Parthians grant him his wish. As a priest intones, "For the man who wanted gold, they pour molten gold down his throat." The message is clear. Of the 40,000 legionaries who marched into the desert, 20,000 lie dead. Another 10,000 are captured and marched east, some perhaps ending their days as far away as the borders of China. The rest flee, carrying news of the disaster back to Rome. When the scroll bearing the news of Carrhae arrives in the Roman Senate, a shockwave ripples through the heart of the Republic. Senators whisper in disbelief. Merchants who had invested in Crassus's expedition weep for their lost fortunes. Rome, the unconquerable power, has been humbled. A sobering realization dawns upon them. One senator voices the new reality. We cannot conquer the East, but we can trade. The path of the sword has failed. Now the path of the caravan must begin. And so, from the ashes of this catastrophic defeat, the Silk Road is truly born, not just as a route for luxury goods, but as a vital artery connecting two worlds that now knew with certainty of each other's power. A grand montage of history unfolds. Camels laden with silk, spices, and ideas cross the treacherous Gobi Desert. Scrolls of paper, a revolutionary invention, pass from hand to hand, spreading knowledge across continents. In a Tang Dynasty workshop, the first sparks of gunpowder flicker into existence. In the Dunhuang caves, a Buddhist monk paints visions of paradise, a testament to the flow of faith along the road. But the road carries more than just wonders. A rat scurries aboard a merchant cart, carrying with it the bacteria that will unleash the Black Death upon Europe, a grim reminder that connection comes with peril. Centuries later, in Germany, a man named Gutenberg uses movable type, a technology whose principles traveled from the East to print the first book, igniting a revolution in information. In 19th century America, the Erie Canal opens, a man-made river echoing the ambition of the ancient trade routes. And back in China, high-speed trains now roar across the continent on the new Belt and Road, a modern-day Silk Road of steel and electricity. From the ancient world to our own, the story is the same. Tonight, as you watch this, look around. The fiber optic cables that bring you this video, the satellites blinking in the night sky. They are the new Silk Road. The connection is faster, the goods are digital, but the impulse is ancient. It was never just about silk, it was about human curiosity, our relentless drive to see what lies beyond the horizon. It was about survival, invention, and the unbreakable spirit that pushes us to connect. The road never truly ends. It simply transforms, waiting for the next traveler, the next idea, the next chapter in our shared global story. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the epic moments that shaped our world. See you next time.